She arranged all this tonight. My name's Dan Clark, and I'm the campus administrator here. We really appreciate all of you being here tonight. Let me begin by recognizing the people who are part of the extraordinary partnership that put this building together, or put this remodeling of this building together. Beginning with Mayor Distlear, the city of Noblesville. The city was a major driver of this project, as was the county council, and Councilman Brad Beaver is here. As were the county commissioners. The county commissioners are technically, for the next 18 and a half years, the owners of the building. And County Commissioner Mark Heirbrandt is here. Because the legislature is still working tonight, Senator Kenley could not be here. I think we all know the important role he played, not only in the creation of this campus, but in fact the creation of the community college from the start. And then Ivy Tech had two boards involved here. We have a state board and a central region board. And from the central region board, we have Martha Lampkin and Brooke Huntington and Scott Beth. And then from our state board, Michael Dora and Richard Halderman. And so those are the people who put this concept together. And it truly was an extraordinary partnership among four governmental entities to make this happen. The people who actually got the work done, Mayman Powers and Russell Lewis of Powers and Son Construction, and Kevin Shelley was the principal architect from Schmidt & Associates. And they'll be happy to talk to you about the stuff they found and how they made this whole thing work. And then there are too many of them here. But the people who, we did not miss one day of class during any of the construction. And that only happened because of the extraordinary staff Ivy Tech has both here and in its central office downtown. And there are just too many of them around, but you can all raise your hands, please, so that you guys over there, Tracy's over there. So this staff made it happen that we didn't miss a day of instruction throughout this entire process. And lastly, oh, there she is. There's my wife, Ann, who, and I meant bestly, as well as lastly, okay? When classes began here a year ago, all of us at Ivy Tech recognized the great opportunity this partnership had put together. This event this evening documents that the opportunity has gotten much grander. And we all understand, and I think I mentioned last year, a senator from the county taught me the difference a long time ago between an opportunity and an accomplishment. And so we have begun the journey to make accomplishments here. And as you walk around the building tonight, and you're welcome to tour all the parts of it, let me mention some of the people who are helping us make progress here. We understand a community college's job. Job number one is to create the workforce of this state, to help train the workforce of this state. To do that, we need to align with what the county economy is based on. And so we have building construction, robotics, design technology opportunities here. Dr. Moman is a vice chancellor. I don't really know how he got it all done, but Ivy Tech has invested in a data center here with 2 networked computer labs, which opens up all of our computing and informatics degrees for students. Beyond that, the community college is supposed to work with adults. And in this facility, we have 3 organizations that help adults get prepared for the workforce. Polly Redmond is with the Adult Basic Ed program, and their program is located here. And we're now actually the county testing center for what used to be the GED. Has a different name now, but we're now the county center with Polly's help to help adults finish a high school equivalency diploma. We also have in this building the Excel Center Adult High School. It's organized by Goodwill. Scott Bess was there, and Steve Dillon is the principal. How many students you got, Steve? 160. We have 160 adults. And then over here, where's Lance? The Work One organization is the state entity that provides worker retraining for adults. And Lance Rantliff heads the Region 5 Work One office, and I think we're about to open a satellite office for Work One as soon as April here. And so we will have the full range of services to try and support adults who are seeking both high school diplomas and retraining for the workforce. We also are been so fortunate to have the leadership of the high schools and the school corporations in this county. They truly are they're truly looking for ways for every child to succeed. And so we have a partnership with Noblesville High School and Hare Chevrolet to teach students to be auto technicians. We're working on a partnership with Riverview Health to train Noblesville High School students to be CNAs and phlebotomists. And we're working with all the school corporations in the county to provide opportunities in building construction, design tech, visual communication, and computing and informatics. And we're especially with Hamilton Southeastern have the opportunity to train a cadre of, what do you call them, Phil? They're training a student tech support team to help students and teachers in their building. All of the principals and superintendents and in this county, all of the counselors have been great partners because they share the vision that every child ought to have a pathway to succeed. And to partner with businesses like Hare Chevrolet, Riverview Health, is a great opportunity both for us but for these students. And we want to do everything we can to further that partnership. We also have in this county a lot of students who want, and we hope they do, not only finish one college degree but more. And the state legislature has established certain laws and rules about how courses can transfer and students can save money. But it takes leadership to make that happen. And while we will do our part, we are seeking four-year college partners who do their part. And we have, is anybody here from IUPUI? We do have the chancellor from IU Kokomo here. And Susan Shimi Gasecki is the chancellor. And tell us what you will do for Ivy Tech students who start here and come to your institution.
Well, we have a Kresge grant that we've been supported with. So we have a full-time staff member who spends all of her time in the Ivy Techs in our particular region. And so her job is not to be at IU Kokomo, but to be at Ivy Tech and to help students understand the pathway from Ivy Tech to IU Kokomo. And we've made a commitment to those students that if they sign the Kokomo Promise, that we will freeze their tuition from the day they enter Ivy Tech to come to IU Kokomo. And then we have a whole plethora of scholarships. Our goal, obviously, is to help more students reach the goal of a four-year degree, and our partnership here has been wonderful.
And as many of you may already know, and as some of you tour around the building for the first time, you'll notice we have more than just classrooms here, including a couple of gyms and an old wrestling room, and an auditorium, and a couple of cafeterias. And when when the whole project was conceptualized, we recognized that because it was in the middle of a community, it could serve the community in ways that we couldn't imagine. we have found a great partner in the Noblesville Parks Department. They lease one of the gyms, the wellness room, a couple of classrooms, and they are organizing activities for community members. And by our agreement with all of this, those activities are open to all residents in the county. And so Brandon and Nicole and Mike, we really appreciate our partnership with you. And before I introduce President Tom Snyder, the president of Ivy Tech, let me note that Chancellor Kathleen Lee of the Central Region is ill today and cannot be here. And for those of you who worked with Kathy, we all know she was the anchor of this project. And she's the one who made us all come together, and they'll all testify to this, and to get it all done. And so we appreciate what Kathy has done, and sorry that she can't be here tonight. I suppose you can fill in for her. Sure. Yeah. This is President Tom Snyder, who's been president of this college for more than a decade. Yeah.
So I think Dan should have been a preacher. He stood up here and looked at all these empty white chairs and said, we're not going to move these people up here. We're going to move to the congregation. So that's where we are. So we came down here to speak to the congregation. I'm going to introduce a couple people and turn it over to them, say a few words and make a few wrap up. This is, it's not called a community college without a good reason. So you know the main campus in Indianapolis is open virtually all the time. And the food services student center serves the people in the neighborhood. The library serves the people in the neighborhood. You've got a tremendous facility. You've got a beautiful new high school. You've got a middle school. You've got things that are dedicated to those students. But this belongs to everybody of all ages. And, part of, the state was very generous, thanks to the leadership of Senator Kenley, to get us started. A lot of trading and swapping going on to get everybody in the right place. But there's a lot of opportunity here. You've got a beautiful dining area over here, which could be a great community reception area. We've had more than a few weddings in the old Stouffer's Hotel because people thought of a visionary place, that there aren't places this big that are yours. And literally, this is yours. So I wanted to start with that. Let me call up a vice chairman of our board, Michael Dorr, to say a word. Michael?
Thank you, President Snyder. I really treasure being able to come up and be with all of you this evening. I live in Rushville, and I serve the Richmond region on the board. But what a beautiful facility you have, centralized in Hamilton County. Just a lot of collaboration is going to go on and happen here as we try and move education in Indiana, being seamless from K-12 through the community college systems into the four-year system. And this will be a big help to that endeavor right here. And thank you all for being here, and thank you to the regional board and all they do in this area.
So Hamilton County is a big place, a lot of people, a lot more people are going to be here in the future, a lot of different things that we looked at. The mayor got behind this project, the school district got behind this project, the community leaders did, and it's here. And it couldn't be in a better spot. It's at a hub for the county, and a big portion of that responsibility rests with Mayor Distlear. Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. President. This is another great day, a very special day in the city of Noblesville. We're very proud, obviously, to be here in this building. Several in the audience have graduated from this high school. I happen not to be one. But nonetheless, 5 of our council people have graduated from Noblesville High School. But again, it is a cooperative effort. I think that's why we are so successful in Hamilton County, is we really, really do collaborate a lot. And it's been said, commissioners, council, on a county level, our council, Greg O'Connor, Roy Johnson, and Will Hampton in the back, were also obviously part of this. and certainly the school corporation. Again, everyone just really works well together and will continue to do that. So one thing I did not mention, and Beth, you'll like me for this, the other piece of this puzzle that we haven't talked about yet, I don't believe, is our voters had to pass a referendum. All the groundwork between the county and the state and Senator Kennelly and the city, but it had the citizens not pass the referendum, we would not be here today. And those in Noblesville, you like this, have an opportunity to continue great schools in Noblesville by voting for another referendum coming up in May. So they paid me, no they didn't really. But as you know, good cities are made by good schools and good leadership, and certainly we really have that here in Noblesville. And Dr. Snyder, I hope this is okay. I know that you're retiring, and certainly your leadership for Ivy Tech for the last however many years, I should know, has really made it a different place. And again, we're very, very proud to have Ivy Tech in the city of Noblesville for having us. Thank you for your effort.
So we're going to do the ribbon cutting. Let me throw this out. You know, you talked about the Kokomo Promise. The president appointed 30 people to be part of America's College Promise. And the idea is not to go to Washington and try and get money. That's impossible for anybody at the moment, and maybe longer, and probably a good thing. But the idea that each year students finish high school and don't realize that they can go on beyond high school for free if they work at it and they try and they stick with it. And we don't want to call it the free community college, but it is America's College Promise, and that is there's enough state aid and federal aid. And it's not a small issue. 1 million adults went back to work and dropped out of the community college. 20,000 here in Indiana. And you can tell by the news reports, they didn't go take big paying jobs because our average wage didn't go up. And that's really what happened in Indiana too. And they're not necessarily thinking short term, they're thinking long term, short term. They've got to feed their family, raise their children, and college maybe was too expensive. So is that really true? Every year, at least based on the recent years, 25,000 of our high school graduates opt not to go beyond high school. Okay, 25,000. In your county, the wealthiest county in Indiana, 750 at last count in 2013. We'll see what next year is. So 4 years worth, 3,000 more students have opted not to pursue something beyond this. And Dan has said there's short-term degrees, phlebotomy, automotive. You can certainly go on to a 2-year degree or a 4-year degree or a PhD, and you can start here and you can finish anywhere around the world. But think about the Hamilton County Promise, think about the Noblesville Promise. What they did in Tennessee, without any additional monies really to speak of, they've got mentors, they've got community service, they reached out and they added thousands more students to the community college, and they'll come back in the community and benefit themselves. So think about those 25,000 students. Where are they going to get this idea? Not from us. There aren't enough of us on our staff. All the Ivy Tech people here, raise your hand, okay? A lot of people here, but with 180,000 students, including our 50,000 dual credit, aren't enough of us. You've got to take it upon yourself to tell people they have a future. This is a hotbed of new business right here in Noblesville, this part of the county, but they're going to need talent, and talent is incredibly short supply as we speak. You can fix that. Think about what you do as the next step. Is there a Noblesville Promise, like a Kokomo Promise? I'll close with this. Children's Museum yesterday announced that for the 1,000 families that live in their area, not only are they going to get free admission to the Children's Museum, they have the Mid-North Promise. And they've guaranteed that those 1,000 families, those children can go to IUPUI, Ivy Tech, or WGU for free, you know, if they persist and do it. If they can do it in Mid-North, in the center of the city, we can do it anywhere. Thank you for being here. God bless you. And I'll turn it over to Dan for the ribbon cutting.
Having received so much from all of you, we actually have something to give you back. There is a commemorative coaster for you to take on the desk over there. after you're done visiting the building tonight. We'll cut the ribbon once with the 4 partners, so we can have the mayor and the president and Commissioner Heirbrandt and Councilman Beaver. If the 4 of you would help us cut the ribbon once. After that, if you want to tour any part of the building, you're welcome to it. Come on up, Mark. If
if anybody wants to stand behind and get in the photo, come up.
I'm going to do 2 more of those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And let us know, for example.
All right, so now there will actually be, what Dan tells me, in addition to being a preacher, he's going to have a miracle. There'll be more than 1 ribbon. Okay, so we'll call up the next group after this, and we're ready to go. I'll put it here. Sheriff, give us a countdown.
We're trying to decide who should do this, so ready? Very good.
Well, welcome to Hometown Television. I'm Perry Williams, and we're at the beautiful Ivy Tech here in Noblesville. And with me is a gentleman that's put a lot of hard work here in Ivy Tech in Noblesville, Dan Clark, the president.
Thank you very much, Perry. Thanks for being here.
No problem. Dan, 18 months ago, we were here kicking this all off, and you had a lot of great plans, and looks like it's really come together.
Yeah, and let's start out by thanking the city of Noblesville, the county council, the county commissioners, and the state legislature for making this opportunity happen here. They provided the funding to transform this building. We have 1,000 or more students here now and can only grow.
You know, the one great thing, I looked at the drawing over there and everything, and one of the great things that I see, we have robotics classes, electronics, so those are those higher paying jobs that the kids can graduate from Hamilton County and stay right in the county.
We have a building construction program, design technology, robotics, and then we have Ivy Tech has invested in a data center here that will open up all of our computing and Well, we're back, and I have the mayor of Noblesville, John Distlear. Welcome, John.
Thank you very much, Perry. I appreciate what you guys do for the city and Hamilton County.
Well, thank you. Mayor Distlear, you know, about probably going on 3 years ago when we wanted to decide what to do with this building because it needed a lot of renovation, and the idea came up with Ivy Tech. Take us through some of those early days, because it's actually a puzzle.
Yeah, well, it is a puzzle. Be honest about it, in '04 when I became mayor, which is a long time ago now, one of my goals was to have an institution of higher learning in Noblesville. And I said at the time, and I've said it to Dan, we can do better than Ivy Tech. Now, this is 04. But, you know, now they're a community college. They are a totally different university, community college than they were then. And you're right, it is a puzzle. I had somebody from Ivy Tech, don't know who, came probably in 8 or 9 saying, well, we'd come if you build a building. Well, you know, so, right, when the opportunity for this came up to take the old high school, Kathy's high school, and Luke Kenley's, and my wife's, and a lot of folks, I knew it was not good for a junior high, but certainly good for something like this. So, again, it was a puzzle. We had the city and the county working very closely together. Obviously, Ivy Tech was very interested, and then the legislature had to approve this. But most importantly, the taxpayers of the city had to pass a referendum. And, you know, that's not everyone is willing to vote for increased taxes, but I think everyone knows the value of what's here, and they've been a great partner with us as a city. We have a mini community place here. I don't know if you know that. Well, we have extra park programs and recreational programs, so it's just been a real great thing.
I think one of the good things, like you were mentioning with the park program, and there are other programs like the Excel program here, the partnership with Ivy Tech and the city and the county is tremendous.
It is tremendous. It's a great relationship. And I think, you know, we have been very blessed in Hamilton County, but I think one of those reasons is we all work together. Now, I mean, you know, yeah, once in a while there's some conflict, but nothing big. But we're all wanting what's best, I think, for those of us in Hamilton County, and we all do a great job of working together.
Absolutely, and it has to be much easier for you on economic development when you can bring a potential manufacturing customer here with high-end jobs and show them Ivy Tech and take them over to the drawing over there and show that we're offering classes in robotics and technology. And
well, and those, again, the Ivy Tech has been very cooperative. We've had a workforce development program, if you will, for 3 or 4 years at least, and our employers have said what they needed, and Ivy Tech, as soon as they came here, actually before they physically came here, they wanted to work with our employers to find out what the needs are. And so they've been very good about it. And you're right, here we can produce the people, or we can train the folks that you have hired. So it's worked out real well.
Well, John, I know that you'll want to get around and talk to people here and thank them for coming here today. And, man, you have to be beating your chest on such a great place like this.
It is a great place, and very proud.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it. Well, welcome back to Hometown Television. And my special guest now is Mark Heirbrandt, Hamilton County Commissioner. And, Mark, you got to be beating your chest here today. This morning you go and break ground at Westfield for a new medical facility there with Riverview Hospital, and tonight here you're at Ivy Tech for a ribbon cutting and a re-grand opening.
You know, I'm really excited about it, and I'm really proud of all the things that we've been able to accomplish here in the last 3 years. As you know, this went down to a final vote from our county council to get approved, but the collaboration that it took from the city of Noblesville, the county, the state of Indiana, Luke Kenley, as well as the school corporation, we had to pass a referendum in order for this to actually happen here. And we got 2 statewide awards, the county commissioners and our county, for outstanding efforts and collaboration, working together to make something like this happen for our young folks here in the community.
And you know, one thing, the key words you said there, Mark, collaboration, because that nothing bigger than this project right here to put this all together. Because when Representative Dillinger explained it, you know, it was like a puzzle. It was.
Because if one piece of that puzzle wasn't there, this deal didn't happen. So it was a puzzle that we had to put together, and I'm excited that we got it done.
You know, and one thing about Ivy Tech here today, you know, you were here at the same time I was 18 months ago when they just started taking students and really nothing was done. They just took it over they just cleaned out the middle school stuff and started classes. But the outside has not changed a whole lot except for a few parking lots, but the inside is a college campus.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I had the opportunity to walk through here the other day when Jim Belden had his services here, and I was amazed at what I saw here, and really proud of how everybody came together to get this project done.
Well, I appreciate it, and I appreciate how hard you three commissioners and the county council work trying to make Hamilton County a better place to live.
Thank you. Thank you. We try hard.
I appreciate it. Mark Heirbrandt, Hamilton County. Well, welcome back, and another guest I got here on Hometown Television here at Ivy Tech is Brad Beavers, and Brad is a Hamilton County Councilman. Welcome, Brad.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here this evening.
You know, Brad, you guys got to be proud on the council and the commissioners and all the cities in Hamilton County about having a facility like this.
Well, we really are, and it's really special for me, Perry, because number one, I went to high school here, and number two, many moons ago, I went to Ivy Tech down in Indianapolis to learn a trade. So I knew what the impact of having Ivy Tech for our young people would be. I just had to convince a few other my county councilmen to spring for the money to buy the place, but I think it'll pay us back in spades as the years go on.
Oh, absolutely. And the one thing about it, the school hasn't changed on the outside much for you and I, but man, you come inside here, even 18 months ago when we opened this up with just a few students, it's amazing what they've done.
They've really done a lot. I think this thing right here is the auditorium still here?
Yeah, it's down there.
So this ain't the auditorium.
No.
Well, we didn't have this when I was in high school. Yeah, they did a great job, and it's great to see a building repurposed, to live another life, to serve the community, and I just think it's a win-win all the way around.
I think that this was they raised the roofs, what they did, okay? They took the roof up, and I think this was the band room type here, and walls and all that, and they've just opened it up, and it looks outstanding.
I think the more people that see this, the more people will want to use this facility. You know what I mean? This is a great place to have a meeting or a conference or just something like this, and I haven't been through the whole building, but I'm sure they'll do a top-notch job.
Well, they've really renovated the gymnasium. I mean, it was always a beautiful gym in there. Of course, you and I grew up here, so we got close ties. But it really looks. They've refurbished it and redone the floor, so it looks beautiful.
Well, being from Noblesville, I'm sure it's that way throughout the whole county. You never want to tear up a gym floor. Man, there's just not enough to go around. Right. We're short on gym space anyway for the kids and the young people and whatnot. So look how long we've kept my dad's high school up there on Connor Street, you know what I mean? We won't let that one go either. So it's a good deal all the way around. And like I said, it was a little controversial when we decided to spend the money to buy this building so that Ivy Tech could move in. But really, the only controversy is that other parts of the county, they wanted it. I mean, they wanted Ivy Tech to come to their community, Well, do you got a building ready to go? No, but we could build one. Well, okay, it really don't work that way. But it worked out for Noblesville. The building was available. The school needed to get it off their books, so it just worked out all the way around.
Well, thanks a lot, Brad. I appreciate you stopping by and talking to us. Well, welcome back, Hometown Network. I'm Perry Williams, and I have the superintendent of Noblesville Schools, Dr. Beth Niedermeyer. Welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here. This is a wonderful occasion.
Absolutely. And, one of the great things about it is it's much needed. I was very excited when I looked at the drawing over there, and I see robotics classes. I see all kinds of computer classes. That's got to make you exciting being a superintendent of schools here.
Absolutely. There's nothing more important than this collaboration that we have with Ivy Tech and all of the local schools in Hamilton County. We're so honored to have it in our county.
Absolutely. And they've done an amazing job with this building.
They have. It looks beautiful. I was walking through with Julia Kazicki, one of our board members, and she was showing me all of what it looked like when she was here as a student. And so it's great to see the transformation. It really feels like a college campus.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, do we have dual enrollment classes? What are some of the things that we have in place now as a partner with Ivy Tech for our students and also in the future?
We've got some great partnerships with certifications for automotive technician. We're working on the CNA, the Certified Nursing Assistant, and we've also got some partnerships regarding or certifications regarding pharmacy technicians. So the sky's the limit.
You know, and that's one good thing when people come in and want to build an industry in our area, to be able to bring them to facilities like this, show them robotics classes, different things for their skilled trades people. It's got to help.
Absolutely. I think this is going to be a real drawing card to continue to bring businesses into this community.
Yeah, absolutely. And it'll also keep our students and our young people here at home.
Absolutely. That's what we want. We want to educate them and then make sure that they come back and thrive in our community.
Well, thank you for stopping by, and I appreciate you being here tonight and talking to us on Hometown Network. Thank you. Well, welcome to Hometown Television. I'm Perry Williams, and I'm interviewing now is Brandon Bennett, who is the director of Noblesville Parks. Welcome, Brandon.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Brandon, one of the things that, talking a little bit about Ivy Tech and talking with Dan Clark, the partnership between Ivy Tech and Noblesville Parks. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Well, it was a unique opportunity for us to finally kind of have that community center space that we've been dreaming about for a long, long time. And so as Ivy Tech started talking about the possibilities here, I started thinking about what that possibility might be. And after some time negotiating and working through it and really having Dan as one of our biggest cheerleaders, made this thing happen. So we're excited to be here and offer more for the community.
Absolutely. And the one thing you mentioned there, you know, we always wanted a fitness area and a community building like that. We didn't have to take taxpayers' money and raise taxes to do it. So
yeah, absolutely. And I figured after 15, 20 years, we've been thinking and dreaming about this thing that we probably were not going to build a $20 to $30 million community center, and what we've got here meets the needs that we currently have in the community, and we're having a great time trying to fill it up and renting the space out and offering other programs and just seeing what we can do.
Brandon, kind of tell the people where they can go find out about these programs that you're offering at Ivy Tech, because this is kind of new.
It is. Actually, we don't even have the exterior signage up on the building yet, but the facility is known as the Recreation Annex here for us. They can go online to noblesvilleparks.org and find out the programs and the classes that we're doing there. They can call us at 317-776-6350. We can get them some information that way, or they can drop in at Gate 18 at Ivy Tech, which is the Recreation Annex entrance, and stop by and see Nicole Haberlin, who's our rec director, and she's overseeing and managing this facility for us. So we're going to continue to evolve. We've got minimal hours right now, doing a lot of different rentals and things, but if you've got something you want to see out there, let us know, because we're open to all kinds of ideas and lots of exciting opportunities here.
Now, Brandon, you were a Noblesville graduate just like me. Did you go to school here, or were you in the new school?
No, I graduated from this school, and it was funny. I was joking around with some of the people at Ivy Tech. I was born at the old St. Vincent's down in Indianapolis, which is now also Ivy Tech Community College. Yes. So I was born down there, and now I went to school at this building, to high school here, and it's now an Ivy Tech building. So I'm kind of scared at what my next move may be. But no, it's great having Ivy Tech in the community. Like I said, they've been a fantastic partner to us, and without them, there's a lot of things and opportunities that we wouldn't be realizing right now.
You know, Brandon, and I said this earlier to one of the interviewers, that it looks about the same on the outside, but man, they've done a great job renovating this, turning it from a school, a high school or a middle school, into a college campus.
Absolutely, especially as you look at this atrium and what they've done in here. This is the most extreme example of what they've done here. You wouldn't recognize where you're at in this building when you walk through these front doors. Some of the hallways, you know, fresh coat of paint and some carpet, but all the old lockers are still upstairs in some of those hallways. You know, the gym is the old gym just as it was, except for a new floor and a branded floor for Ivy Tech. The upstairs gym, all that stuff looks the same except for some of the changes that we've made. So, you know, it still has that feel. And we joked, and Dan jokes with us now because it's hard to walk into the old mill gym there and seeing it green and the old Miller man all gone from the middle of that court. That, you know, that's hard to see, but you know, there's progress and we've all grown from it. So it's been a really cool experience because we watched this from day one. So it's been fun.
It certainly has, and we didn't tear it down.
Absolutely. What a fantastic reuse of a building and the partnership from the state on all the way down to local government and the county and everybody else in between that had to be involved. It's just, I'm proud to be a part of something small that made this whole overall thing happen. So it's been really cool.
Well, thank you, Brandon. I know you want to get around and talk and visit with some people you haven't seen for a while, and I appreciate you stopping by. Brandon Bennett with Noblesville Parks.